fair, and prosperous. Well, the city that I live in and that I've been a city planner in for many years and that I now have the privilege of representing in Canada's House of Commons is Halifax. And that is a city that we like to call Canada's Ocean City. So there is no question that the most pressing issue facing Canadian cities is climate change and sea level rise. Halifax is going through a renaissance right now. There's a tremendous amount of urbanization happening, and with that urbanization comes this opportunity to invest in resilient infrastructure. And so that is tapping in very well into the federal program of infrastructure investment. I would also add to that the important thing that Halifax is doing to make sure that the community comes along with those efforts to mitigate climate change and address sea level rise is involving the community in those discussions. So this is about public outreach, public engagement, and involving the people in the decisions when those decisions are going to impact their lives. Throughout Canada, we're seeing a rise right now in becoming greener and cleaner and healthier places to live. So this is connected to our health. It's connected to the health of the environment. And how that manifests or how that lands in our communities is through people making different choices about how they get around, for example. So we're seeing tremendous investment in public transit and ridership levels rising. We're seeing tremendous investment in the infrastructure of active transportation, bike paths and walking paths and public spaces and that kind of thing. And we're seeing more and more people choosing to make decisions about where they live, such that they're close to where they work or close to where their children go to school, so they can walk or they can take the bus or they can take their bike. This is a wonderful way to live happier, more productive, and healthy lives. And Canadian cities and communities are doing it, and we need to accelerate that. Well, Halifax is a city of activists. We're 5 universities, there's a community college, we have the recipient of one of the federal government's superclusters. In our case, it's an ocean supercluster. We have world-class researchers, a higher concentration of ocean PhDs than anywhere else in the world. So our approach to climate change is really that of activism and action. We're essentially a city of activists when it comes to climate change and doing better for the environment. So I think what we could export, if there's anything that we could export to help other cities and other communities to face this change, it's that kind of like deep commitment and enthusiasm grounded in research and fact and science. The global trend of urbanization is so important. We are leaving behind us the trend of suburbanization, which has happened throughout the mid-1900s and early 2000s, and increasingly more and more humans are living in cities. So this is a really important thing to acknowledge and to plan for. So as we look ahead 50 years, what will cities be like? There are going to be incredibly vibrant, dynamic places where people can have everything that they need in their lives right there, where people can live close to where they work and where they go to school, where the parks are going to be very close by to be able to sort of support that renewal that we need from nature from time to time, a place to walk and to play. We're going to be living in cities that are clean and that are healthy, that are treat people equally and fairly in all ways, and that are prosperous. And I think that as we kind of all work together to get toward that ideal of the city and this ultimate trend of urbanization that we're on, we all have a role to play to make fair, clean, and prosperous cities.